to me, Maggie's easy to pick out of a crowd because she's always the one with the loudest laughter, and usually always the happiest person and the most outgoing and friendliest, and willing to welcome whoever into either her house or if she's out in public to greet them.
She's got a very youthful energy about her, and she's very enthusiastic, and it's very contagious when you're around her. So I would say that, yes, you would be able to pick her out of the crowd for her laughter and her ability to be engaging. And she's definitely got a very positive vibe to her.
She's probably the closest thing to a sister that I've ever had, and that's the kind of a relationship we forged together. We did many things together. Our families did many things together. In fact, I think we even celebrated Christmas at one time together, her family and mine. That was when we first got started.
She is light. She is just everything good in the world.
I have to totally agree. I think of my mom as actually that was a very good explanation, as light, and it's funny because people often say that when you sing. When we were singing the other day, and she was explaining when her sister Deanna, before she sang, she would open herself up for the chest. She'd go like this, and she'd open herself up and go like this and open herself more. And it almost seems like she opens herself up to her heart to let her light out and her voice up. And that's kind of what I got when she said light. Yeah.
You know, as I started becoming more in tune with culture, my own culture, and wanting to be around somebody who spoke my language, Maggie and I really connected very strongly and deeply in that way. So, it's been quite a while since I've known Maggie, and we've drummed together. She's brought the songs back. She's the keeper of the drum. So she's brought a lot of songs back to us, for our people to kind of embrace the drum again, especially the women. We've been silent for a long time with our traditions, and Maggie is the carrier of that, and she was able to bring that back to us and to awaken our spirits again. And I'm so grateful that I have met her along my path, because she really helped me to heal in a lot of ways, and I helped her in her healing, and she also helped me in my healing. So that's how I met Maggie, and she's been a lifelong friend, I would say now.
She was dating James Paul, and they were planning on getting married. And in fact, they had invited Jim and I to stand up for them at their wedding. And so Jim Paul and James Brooks were good friends. And so Jim, he wanted his girlfriend to meet me. And so he told her to come up, and she came up, and that was the first time I met her. We raised our children together. We became pretty close friends. We raised our children together, supported one another throughout. And so, but we used to gather at her home to practice the songs and learn the traditional songs, and we formed a drum group. So those were good times.
I have been dancing since I could walk, and when I was younger, I was very, very shy, and I would be so afraid to go out onto the Power Grounds by myself. So Graham gave me a pair of sunglasses so I couldn't see anybody. They couldn't see me. And she would hold my hand, and she would teach me the steps. And when I got older and I went to gigs by myself and I was dancing with my brother Passamaquoddy, I'd hear her on the sidelines just hooping and hollering as I was dancing. Just brings the biggest smile to my face. Like, sometimes I would even almost skip a step because I was smiling and laughing so hard. And she's just on the side dancing her little jig like that. And that's something that I love to think about, because no matter what I'm going through, that's always going to put a smile on my face to this day.
Our son Jeremy said in one of his speeches, he said, you know, Maggie's a national treasure. And I really believe that she is, because she has contributed so much in a very humbling way to revitalization of culture, of our Wolastoqey and the Passamaquoddy culture. And it's just absolutely wonderful. And we're starting to see the fruits of all that labor now coming forward. You know, our young people are engaged in the culture like never before. And I think that is an absolute wonderful gift and a legacy to leave behind.
I didn't know Maggie back in the 70s and 80s, but from what I hear, she was one of the first to bring those songs back. Mm-hmm. And that music has spread, especially as for women, mm-hmm. for women in the hand drumming. Up until then, I think it was mainly the big drum with the men on it, and Maggie's fearlessness in promoting music that included women and the hand drumming has had a profound effect, because today you have several hand drum groups in and around just Fredericton.
A lot of people in the community respect Maggie. I know that she has made a lot of relationships with other communities across the country. She got to know many elders from across the country and healers. And she went in search of her own elders to learn about the traditions and the culture. And she became a helper to some of those well-known elders. And yeah, she has had her impact on people. She carries a lot of the medicine songs that she offers in ceremony and in doing the healing work of the people. Yeah.
I think with Mom, where her impact is her healing in her songs. Her songs bring healing. Like, as soon as she opens her mouth, everybody just goes, oh my God. They're like, you give me goosebumps. And you just like, you lose yourself. Because it's like when you hear her sing, it's like you don't just hear, you feel it. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't take you just to hear, it takes you up there into the spirit world, I believe. And once you get there, it's just and it's almost like the song, it feels you here, and it feels you all the way from the ground up, but also it wraps its arms around you. That's what I think it does, and that's what her music does.
Huge. Me personally, I was lucky enough to be able to go to school in my community, and I was able to grow up with my gram coming into the classroom and giving us those teachings, and I was able to stand by her doing opening ceremonies when she would take me around with her. And I know that I'm very lucky because I get to now carry that on to her. And and just, it makes me feel powerful knowing that I was able to be taught that from such a young age. And yeah, I don't want to get emotional.
It's okay. It's okay.
It just makes me feel that no matter where I go, I'm always going to have her with me. No matter where she goes, she's with me. And Kailani's going to grow up with knowing her Mimi the same way I know my gram. And same goes for my brothers, and I know they can relate with all of their extensions to their friends too.
When Mom, it's funny because you know how they say, oh, a traditional dancer just dances like there's a traditional dancer way. It's just like a gentle movement. There's no gentle movement with Mama. With my mama, it's going like this. It's going real fast. It's like, and that's what I do when I dance. Like, okay, I might start out slow, but by the end of it, I'm going to a fancy dancer. I'm 50 years old, and then I'm a fancy dancer and going crazy just like my mom.
But that's the thing, though, is that she taught us that there's no one right way to do anything. You take it and you do what you want with it. And I think that's one of the best teachings that she could have given any of us. I think she's one of the most respected elders that over multiple communities, but especially in my life. She's a very spiritual, powerful woman who stops at nothing to get what the people deserve. And people meaning her family, but all walks of life, no matter who, what, where you come from, she will fight for you. And I think that's the most important thing to know, is that she's a fighter and she is powerful. She cannot be stopped, and she sure as heck is not going to be stopped. She just deserves so much, and this is one of the best ways to be able to sum some of that up for her, just to show appreciation for so many lives that she's touched, you know, just to be able to put that on display, the love that not only she deserves, but so she can see that love, you know?
Yeah.
Maggie, Gazelmo Gamaj, Ejibali Dahamik. You know, I am very proud of you. I love you very much, and you deserve all the recognition that you get. Kachiwaliuwan, thank you very much.
Yeah, I would have to concur. You know, she deserves all the recognition that she gets and more, for her openness, for her love, for her sharing of the culture and language over the years. And also done with little expectation of compensation. You know, she does it for the love of the culture and the language, for the people. And that's something that's very rare in this day and age.
Well, I want to certainly offer my heartfelt congratulations to Maggie for receiving this award. I think it's high time that people recognize the work that she does, and she certainly deserves this award. Congratulations, Maggie.
Gwillig is that? Wow. This is amazing, Graham. You touch my heart with every word you say, with every movement you make. You deserve this more than anything. Gazelle.
Woolly Gazette, Mom, thank you so much for everything you've done and everything you've taught us. You deserve it. You deserve it 100 million times fold. And 100 million times fold more. And keep on doing what you're doing on this side and the other side from whenever that takes place.